enjoying yourself?
I just had to climb my hair from the bench.
Hi folks, how you doing? Hope you're all keeping well. Yeah, I wasn't planning on making any videos while we were away in Tenby, but we stumbled upon this little gem and I thought I had to talk about it. Yeah, it's St Catherine's Island and the Fort Battery. Now the battery is a Napoleonic fort, and I've been to Tenby a couple of times and I hadn't even realised it was there. I know, sacrilege, I know. So when we got to Tenby and we had a bit of an adventure, well actually, as you'll see in a minute, Sandra spotted it and was like, we've got to go there. And honestly, if you're in that neck of the woods, I highly recommend it. It was well worth the money, and it was only about 12 quid for all of us. Yes.
Mum said let's go to that one over there.
That one over there?
My own tiny island.
Are we swimming to it?
No, right there.
I'll be quick, I think the tide cuts it off, look.
Mum, we gotta be quick.
Let's go! Now, there was a lot of steps, so I will point out at this point that if you've got mobility issues, it could be a struggle. I struggled a bit. I had my walking stick, so hence there's no filming of going over the steps and the rocks and stuff, because I needed both hands. I couldn't hold my phone. But yeah, so just scout it out and bear that in mind. But as you'll see in a minute, this is where we've come. And it was a nice walk on a breezy day. It was nice to be out, and we took our time, and thankfully the tide was out and there was no rush in the end. But yeah, it's a good old steep walk, and I was very thankful that where we were staying had a hot tub, because I had a bit of hydrotherapy afterwards, but some cracking views. And you can see how this would have had absolute control over the bays. You can even see where they've redone the path over the years, and there's a lovely little bit of a garden with some alpines in it. And at this point I was thinking, like, this looks quite cool actually for a battery, you know. I wonder if they've been put in afterwards. And then you'll discover that yes, this was built as a battery, and then it ended up becoming someone's private residence until it was compulsory purchased for World War II to be a battery essentially again. And which makes it absolutely crazy and unique, and I don't know, I loved it, I really did, and you'll see why. Yes, it's got an old door, and as you know, I do love an old door with an old rusty lock and everything. Yeah, this was wonderful. You'll see in a minute these carvings in the stonework. It's really similar to the Celtic carvings on the cross that we visited, and obviously these are probably Napoleonic carvings. I just like how they've replicated the design. I thought it was pretty cool actually. You'll see them there. Yeah, and look at that for an old door. Bet that could tell a story or two, couldn't it? Obviously, I mean, it's a Napoleonic era. It was built, and it was built in 1867. Palmerston Fort, I believe it was called. Yeah, so and it was basically a fort to house a 150-man garrison, and it was to strategic artillery for across the bays. And I mean, I think it's as military structures go. I love being inside it, but then again, I love the Napoleonic era. Bear in mind, I had been watching Sharp a few days previously, but yeah, it was. You could see, you could just see that its uses. You know, okay, it had been a residence, and there was this odd chandelier hanging up here and there and stuff, which confused me until I realised why. But you can see where the gun placements would be, looking out over the bay. In one of the corners there were still the tracks where the guns had been run out, and when you go further below there's all the tunnels where they'd have kept the magazine, you know, separate from the guns in case there was an explosion and stuff, and all the tunnels and tubes where the shells and gunpowder and whatever else would have been, you know, push through. I found it really interesting, but then again, I'm a massive geek, aren't I? And this is where the fort story takes a twist, because in 1907, after it was decommissioned, it was sold for £500 to the Windsor Richards family, who were in the steel industry, and they essentially turned it into a stately home on the island. And I think this is one of those cool, quirky British stories of its time, which is why we end up with a really creepy bathroom. Crazy, isn't it? Bear skins all over the floor.
That's why the chandeliers are there.
We're in the depths of the fort now, and this is not the creepy bathroom. This was just a random bath in what I think was probably an old magazine chamber with a big tunnel going up into the gun area. I'm not sure, and I couldn't see anything to say otherwise, so I'm guessing. So if you know what this is in the comments below, please let me know. But this place is full of funky doors and tunnels and passageways. More stairs, I will add, more stairs. Sadly, I needed both hands again. Proper whistling through. Gotta be the creepiest bathroom in the world.
Highest place, but they've got frosted glass in case anybody was going to look through.
Oh yeah, in case everyone don't care about you. Those French, pesky French are going to come to permit someone in the bath.
I don't think I'd like to do a boat tour today.
Lovely pigeon there. You not seen the pigeon?
No?
It was just right. All right, mate. How you doing, fella? What are you doing? There's two of you. Hello. How you doing, pigeon? But as you can see, if you're looking for a venue to make a rock video or a slasher movie, I think I found the bathroom. But yeah, we went off then to explore some caves and stuff. Now, I like caves, but they do freak me out slightly. And as you see, we found a couple of really interesting ones. Sandra absolutely loves caves. Again, as you will see, no fear when it comes to caves or cliffs or anything like that. Sandra, me on the other hand, yeah. I have a respect for them, let's say, fighting my fears. I do like them though. I love the geology. I beat you to that one. Am I going in? Are you going in, Sandra?
Yes.
It looks like that rock could fall at any moment.
Trap you.
And trap us and squish us. We'd be like garlic paste. That rock is just... God. Further than I want to go.
Hey?
Further than I want to go. Oh, you got your torch?
I've got my torch on.
Okay, it looks like it's being propped up by a piece of wood. I'm getting out. I don't like it. It looks like that whole rock is being propped up by that piece of wood. And it goes back even further.
Yeah.
Here are my lights, Sandra. You literally blocked all the light to the tunnel.
Where are we going? What's that in there?
So, okay.
Can't see.
I want to take a picture, but your father's in the way.
What's Dad filming?
No.
That's better.
No.
Oh my God. That is like, there's literally a massive bit of driftwood and it seems to be propping up the entire cave.
Yeah, no.
People have gone up there,
They have, because they're mental. You can go in there as well, look.